Alright everyone, welcome back to the Minnesota Wild GM mode, and we are here to do a Year 8 special. And what this will consist of is the final 3 videos for the Minnesota GM mode. We have the regular season episode, of course, which is this one. The next one, the playoff episode, then the off-season video, which is pretty much just going to be the wrap-up video, of course. Because, of course, we know in 5 days, NHL 15 is released. I know early access is available on Xbox One, and I was thinking about doing that, but I decided no, I'd much rather just wait those 5 days and stuff like that. Focus on finishing these series, because we have 5 NHL 14 videos left if you count this one. We have this regular season episode, this playoff episode, this wrap-up, and then we have regular season for subscriber GM mode for year 3, and then the final NHL 14 video playoffs for subscriber GM mode. There won't really be a wrap-up episode for that. I could probably just wrap it up in the playoffs. I'll just show everyone's stats, and that'll really be it. That's all we need to do. But, yeah. Anyway, injuries are off. That's what I was checking for here. What else was I doing? Assistant coach rotates goalie. That's... oh, my voice just cracked there. That was kind of creepy. Alright, that's all good. Cisco charges goalie. We have a few trades to talk about before we begin the entire sim here. This should probably be like a 40-minute video, I'd say. Let me just take a look and see what trades we made. A lot of suggestions for trades. I did one of them exactly the way people said. Another one is quite different. You guys were recommending I get Klimchuk or Boucher, but that didn't end up happening. I ended up getting a different player, who I will show right now. We're going to view our... Actually, I'll just go to edit lines because that'll be easier for us to look at. So, we made a trade to get Emerson Edom. I picked him instead because it's our final year, and we might as well get the guy with the highest overall. He had the best shooting category out of everyone, and he had the best defensive category out of everyone. Plus, his skating and everything else was more well-rounded as well. Plus, since it's our final year, we might as well just go with the best player possible, right? Since we're pushing for that second consecutive Stanley Cup, something that I have always never been able to do, at least with NHL 14 GM mode. So he scored 26 goals, almost 30. I'm sure he can get to 35 on that second line with our guys, but we'll see about that. So we traded... Jason Zucker, you guys said, instead of moving him down the third line, you should just get rid of him. So Zucker's gone. Anthony Brodeur, our goaltender, our prospect goalie, is gone because we need to get him. And a 2026 first in exchange for Emerson Edom and a 2021 second-round pick. So this is how our lineup's going to look. Miller is listed as a second-line forward, but the coach recommendation said put him on third line there. So... he's going to be on the third line regardless because he did really well in that third line. So we got a pretty solid group of centers here and wingers as well in this top 9. I'm not sure if... no, we did not change anything defensively, but man, Chipchira, it would have been great to see him grow a little bit more. Hopefully we get a player like this in NHL 15 if they keep making them like this, because he would have been sick. He could have been like a 95. But our defense stayed the same. The only other trade I made was in nets, and that was I traded straight up John Gibson for Carey Price. Straight up. That was it. Nothing else included. You guys said we needed the poise. We got the poise, even though Carey Price is a little bit older at 33. It still works here. He's got 85 poise compared to 75, so hopefully that should do us well. He's a pretty good regular season stats there. He's a pretty average save percentage, almost 930 last year. 6 shutouts, so 2.17 goals against average, so I mean everything's fine there, right? So that is the team. I don't believe I changed anything else. We had to sign a few people in the offseason just for purposes to fill the space there. We got Anthony Mantha, as you just saw, but I thought he was going to jump up and be like a fourth liner. It says fourth liner, but it says depth forward, even though he's an 80 overall. It's weird. But anyway, that is the team that we are going to be going with this year. I might as well show you the lines then before we get started. Got nothing else to do. Scouting and everything, it doesn't really matter, right? So we're going with Landeskog, Granlund, Christos, Sprong, Huberto, our new player, Edom, Lowry, Miller, Ferraro, McRae, Sabatka, Ross. So let me get a drink here. Actually, defensively, Chipchira, Pietrangelo, Spurgeon, Fowler, Brodeen, Braun. In nets, you guys know we have Carey Price and Brisebois again. I decided to keep him. Why not? He did well last year, right? Power play, same as last year, except it's Christo and Edom. And, why isn't, what's his name there? Why is Landeskog not there? I feel like he should be there instead. Yeah, let's put Landeskog in the power play unit there. That's a little screwed up. Okay. Oh yeah, Landeskog is left-handed anyway, so I don't need to take a look at this shit. He's gonna go there. Even though Edom has a better shooting category, I think that's better. Because that's the first line anyway, so yeah, we'll go with that. Miller's playing center because he has a better face-off, just saying. So yeah, that should be good. That's a much better power play unit there, but we can keep... Oh no, he's not even on that power play unit 4-man. Penalty kill has been the same pretty much every year now for the past couple years. You guys could see Granlund, Sprong, Spurgeon, Fowler, Miller, Lowry, Pietrangelo, Chipchira, just the guys with the best penalty killing. So we should be ready to go now. That was really all I could think of that we got to look at. Injuries are off. I'm just going to check again because I am fucking retarded. So injuries are off. Assistant coach rotates, goalie is on. Sweet. Alright. So let's get this final year on the road here. Alright. Who will be the 2020 Stanley Cup champion? Hopefully it'll be us. Second consecutive year. Nothing else I could check. So let's just get to the first game of the season versus the St. Louis Blues. I guess I can talk a bit about NHL 15. Big 8-1 win. But NHL 15, what can you expect on my channel from that? I guess we could talk about that a little bit. Since the regular season is kind of something where I don't need to pay attention to as much as the playoffs, because I enjoy the playoffs a lot more. Regular season, if I build a good team, I can just kind of let it go, and that's exactly what I can do here. So, talk about NHL 15 a little bit. What should you guys expect from me as a content creator? You can expect NHL 15 HUT, giveaways, pack openings, gameplay, etc. We're going to build a franchise together, build a good team. Now that you get packs as the puck bonus, or the returning user bonus, I should say, it's packs now. I should get a few of those. I would say I should probably get like 10 at least. Probably not as much as other people would, but I'd say 10 would be good. And when I get the game, I have the game pre-ordered too, so I'll get the pre-order packs, $40 worth of content, and I'm also going to get some Microsoft points when I go there, or Microsoft dollars, whatever you want to call it. It goes by real currency now. And I will be purchasing some packs there early on, because I know players will go for a lot of money there. Just a second. I'm going to stop the sim because I don't know. Is this one of those fucked up situations again where the goalie rotation puts what's his name in, or are we just in a really bad skid here? Maybe we were just in a little rough patch start of the year with Carey Price new in the nets, right? 0-2. I just wanted to make sure. We're just going to go till December 1st here, December 2nd. So let's continue talking about NHL 15 series. So yeah, everything HUT you can expect. I've seen a little bit of it. It looks pretty epic. Oh, what else? GM mode. Oh yeah, GM mode. You can expect that. I'm going to start off with a not-so-good team. Where I said I would do a Pittsburgh Penguins GM mode with their new look team. And that will happen, but not right away. Alright? We're going to start off with like a really bad team, like the Buffalo Sabres or the Edmonton. Well, their players have good potential in this game, so I'm not sure about next game what their potential looks like, so we'll have to see about that. But I'm going to start off with a bad team, and we're going to do something that I never do, and that was actually draft well and get good prospects and watch them grow. Something I normally don't do. I get prospects, I trade them for players that are good now. That's not really the right way to play GM mode. It's just kind of a way to build a quick, good team. So I kind of want to do it the right way now. It's, in a sense, the more realistic way, I should say. It's not the wrong way to do it my way, but, you know. I'd like to do it that way, right? Pick a bad team and we'll go from there. So Pittsburgh GM mode will come, just it'll take some time. A subscriber GM mode in NHL 15, it could happen. It probably will, just later on again, because I'd much rather do actual teams first, get a hang of the system and how it's going to be working and shit like that. Be a pro, live the life, whatever you want to call it. Don't expect that unless it's actually it's live the life on 360. Yeah, it is. I think. Yeah, don't expect that shit. Unless EA has actually fully revamped it, then you can expect it then. But I mean, if it's the same thing, it's really fucking easy and shit like that, don't expect live the life. I'll have to take a look at that, see how other people are doing it on YouTube, see how it looks, see how it feels. Oh wow, we play Nashville a lot. Is that 3 games in a row we played Nashville? That is the weirdest looking sim schedule I think I've ever seen. Yeah, what the fuck? That's 3 in a row. That's just strange. So we kind of had a rough start to the season. Pretty good improvement here, 10-4-1. But that's weird playing Nashville 3 times in a row. Obviously, I said I would try to get a GM Connect It for Subscriber League if you have an Xbox 360. That is a possibility. That won't be recorded, though. EASHL, yes, that will potentially be a series. Really, it's more for my own personal use, EASHL. Unless you guys want to see that, you can tell me below if you really feel that's a good thing to put on the channel. I can still put it even if there's not that much support for it, but I mean, if you're not going to watch it, if you don't care, there's no point putting it, right? But it is a possibility, you know. What other things are in NHL 15? What else? Damn. It's hard to think of the things that are in this game. Wow, Sprong has 15 goals. That's quite a lot to start the year. He's doing well. I'll give him that. Anyway, I'll probably, first things first, I'll probably stop at the end of this month, of December here, to look at the stats. Yeah, we'll probably stop then. Alright. End of December, we'll stop at the stats. Here, let me stop the sim and just set it to go that far. I'm just trying to think of every other game mode in NHL 15. It's like the same as this game, I know, but still. We'll stop on January 1st, 2021. Anyway, I'm just trying to think of series other YouTubers do. Maybe online versus? Online shootouts? I don't know. Online versus is pretty much hut, except with, like, actual teams, so maybe we'll just do 30 episodes of that, playing as every NHL team, just talking about it a little bit, every team, and how they're doing this year, so that could be a good one. What else? It's really hard. Still, I think the biggest iffy, I'm going to call it the iffy, I know, that's a weird word to use, but the biggest iffy for any series, like, will it happen, will it not? Like, most series, there's a definite yes, there's a definite no. It's the fucking stupid live the life, yes or no, right? That's the iffy one. That's all depending on how EA actually builds the game. But, the game mode, I should say. So, yeah. Expect all NHL 15 content when the game is released. That's what I want to make this channel. Originally, when I made this channel, I want to be more than just NHL. NHL is just something where I kind of start the fan base off, and it's gone from there. So, you guys want NHL? I'm going to keep NHL. Why not? It's my favorite game. Why change it? I've done playthroughs on NHL before. They never fucking get finished. The only ones finished are The Walking Dead Season 1 and The Walking Dead 400 Days DLC. Maybe I'll do The Walking Dead Season 2 just because I enjoy The Walking Dead, and that is why I actually finished it. And plus, they're not too long. Other games, they're fucking long. Well, Outlast is one series I finished, except that was not recorded. That was just a live stream like a week and a half ago. So, yeah. Series, I have a very tough time completing. Watch Dogs, I haven't gone back to in a month and a half. Maybe it's because I get bored or I just get too distracted because I feel like I have to pay attention to you guys and the story, so it just kind of gets me off topic a lot, so Series are not good for me, long games, especially when, you know, I don't know. It's just really hard for me, I guess. So I'm probably NHL's perfect because the series are nice and sweet and short and simple, and I actually enjoy following it because it's NHL hockey. So anyway, 23-10-3 here. That's a pretty good record, I would say, here on January 1st, 2021. We are not first place in the league. The LA Kings are actually 3 points ahead of us, and we've played one more game. So we'll see if we can get ahead of them at all. So LA is the only other team in the West here, and Phoenix that has that should be a threat to us, I would say. Yeah, really, Vancouver's all the way down there. They're not really a threat. So it's LA and Phoenix that are the big threats here. Goals for wise, we have the most by quite a bit, so that's really good. 3.7 goals against per game. That's actually really fucking insane. And the first place LA Kings, 74 goals against. We're only 8 goals behind, so not bad at all either. So we're only a couple goals from the top 3, right? So, in the end, that's not really that bad, right? That's pretty good, actually. Power play first in the league, 23.2%. I expected a really good power play unit this year. Just take a look at it, right? Now, fucking penalty killing is 79.3%. That's really bad. It's probably why we got some losses in there. Like, we got 10 regulation losses. So that's a pretty bad one, right? That's really bad. Really, really bad penalty kill. I think we might need to change it up a little. Well, I have the best defensive players, so there's no sense changing it. It'll just kind of boost itself. We'll take a look at it at the trade deadline, see if it gets a little better at all. We're not even 41 games into the season, so yeah, we're not even 41 games, right? Anyway, Jonathan Huberdeau has the most points on our team, 41, so pretty much he's going to get an 82-point season, I would say he's going to get 82-point season, something he hasn't done in a few years. We got Landeskog up there, that's good. My boy Christo's up there, Sprong with 21 goals, that's big, that's a lot of goals. Fowler's up there, Chipchira, Spurgeon, Miller's up there with 23, that's a lot. Edam's only got fucking 14, only 7 goals, that's not good. Maybe you guys were right, and I should have got Klimchuk, because he had an insane defensive category, and Boucher, but, it is what it is, right? Hopefully, he can get a little bounce back here and get to at least 20 goals, I would hope. But I think it's because he doesn't have that power play time. But I'm not changing the power. It is because he doesn't have that power play time. That's probably why. And he's not getting it because our power play's first in the league. So if it ain't broke, don't fix. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Yeah. I thought I said that wrong. Just checking everything here. Everyone's a plus player. That's good. Goaltending wise, Carey Price. Wow, Brisebois has played kind of bad. Price, though, 2.1 goals against. He's doing fine. 5 shutouts. 92.64 save percentage. Are pretty good. I would say he's doing better than what's his name did. At least Gibson. Maybe the same in the regular season, but we got him for the playoff poise, right? Because I think that's what caused Gibson to kind of fuck up. Anyway, let's just continue with the season sim here. Geez, I'm thinking in the next 5 games, if Sprong can get to like 25 goals, then he'll be on pace for 50. That would be pretty insane. We know Sprong has slowed down a little bit considering he had like 20 goals or 18 goals in like 28 games or something crazy. So he's clearly slowed down a little bit. I would say why we have 11 losses. That's obviously not a lot, but technically it is a lot for the type of team we have so far to already have 12 losses. 12 losses now actually. I think it's because of that penalty kill, but I don't see anything wrong with the penalty kill. So what's the point? I mean, we have the best defensive players. Maybe it needs to be changed a little bit here. You know what? Let's go look at the penalty kill and just change it a little bit. Well, we gotta see what is the big problem with it, right? It's not doing that well. So centerman with the best defensive awareness. All right, so we got Miller and Granlund. They're the best defensive awareness players. Left wing. Oh, whoops! I clicked on his name. I need left wings with the best defensive awareness. So Lowry and Landeskog. All right. Right wings with the best defensive awareness. Damn it! I clicked on. Oh God. Right wings with the best defensive awareness. So Sprong, Edom, Christo. So yeah, it's Sprong, right? So like these guys are good defensive players. Maybe I just switch it around a little bit here. Spread out that defensive awareness, you know? Spread it out a little here. Maybe that's all that needs to happen. You could say, oh, I should throw them top guys in the top unit, but I mean, if we just spread it out a little, right? Maybe that would help. Spurgeon has a better defensive awareness than Pietrangelo, so let's just throw Spurgeon up there, switch Sprong and Lowry, see if that changes anything. I know we didn't change players, but we changed the time, I guess, that you could say that, because how long people are going to be on the ice for. Because the first line, penalty kill, I would assume plays a little bit more than the second line, depending on how many whistles and stuff like that. That's normally what happens in the real NHL, right? If there's a penalty, and let's just say the first line starts it, and they're able to dump it out after like a little bit, like 30 seconds or something, they'll switch, and then most likely, if it's stuck for a long time, stuff like that, they'll throw the first unit back out. The first unit normally gets to play twice in most circumstances on the penalty kill, right? So that's what hopefully EA simulation is that precise. But as you know, it probably isn't. So we'll just see if anything's changed. Our record, we're kind of falling a little bit here. That's okay. We just need to make the playoffs, and it's looking like that's going to be the case, obviously. But, I mean, come on, man. Like, 25, 15, and 4, we could have a much better record than that, right? Like, we're falling down a path that is not good in preparation for the playoffs, especially from a team that has had 55 wins before, right? We can't make it there unless we win. We get to 35 wins before we hit 20 losses, right? Regulation losses. So we need to go 10-4 in order for me to think that we can get to 50 wins. But we're not getting those overtime losses. That's a really big problem. Like teams like Florida are eventually, they're passing us, you know? Like they're getting up there, right? We're losing quite a few games here in a row. God damn it, that is not good. We got to beat these teams like the Montreal Canadiens, for example. Like, they got a shitty record. We got to beat them. And we got to beat them hard. Like, okay, well, Ottawa's kind of similar to us. But, I mean, come on. We got to beat them. We got to get a win. There we go. All right. So, the New Jersey Devils, who we played in the Stanley Cup Finals a few years ago, doesn't look like they're going to make it this year. So, we're pulling together 3 straight wins here. All right. So, maybe we can get to 35. All right. So we just need to go 6-4. 6-4. I would say if we go 6-4, we can hit 50 wins. Just come on, boys. You guys got this. I believe in you. We just had a rough patch there heading into the new year. Come on, guys. We're the defending Stanley Cup champions. We gotta have a fucking what is it? Oh my God. I just had a brain fart. We got to have a repeat, guys. We got to have that repeat. There you go. A couple more wins. We need to have that repeat. Something I haven't been able to do in NHL 14 when I'm recording a GM mode. So we got to do that. Like, it was always third round. It was always like gradually make the playoffs. Then it was like a third round. Then Stanley Cup final win. Third round, Stanley Cup final win, so on. So we got to make this repeat year. Come on. For the fans. For the Minnesota fans here. Mike Eo, you got to coach your guys to get us wins here, get us into the playoffs. We want that repeat, right? We got to have it. Mike Eo, he's been a great coach here. He hasn't been fired yet. We still got him here, right? So it looks like we went on a tear here when I said we needed to win a lot of those games, right? I think we're going to do it. We need 1 win, 2 losses. We just need 1 win before we hit 2 losses. Now, this might not actually work. We need 1 win before we hit 1 loss. And, of course, we play a good team in the Florida Panthers, but it doesn't seem to matter because we ended up pulling it out. Oh, come on, boys. Need a few more overtime losses compared to regulation losses. Come on. Sprong, you're fucking struggling, dude. You only got 28 goals now. Oh, man. He had a lot more. A lot more earlier on, right? Damn. He's really dropping off. Last season, trade deadline, I guess it really doesn't matter. I mean, we're only 25 minutes into this, so I might as well check it. But, it's not the biggest thing. Yeah, whatever. I'm just going to quickly go through it. I'm just going to scroll down. I'm not even going to, fucking talk about it. Yeah, there's really nothing. Really no big names there, so let's just continue through. Oh, wait. I just saw Andrew Shaw there. Alright, so Andrew Shaw and Brendan Gormley from the Chicago Blackhawks, they acquired yourself a lock. That's a pretty good trade there. Especially, is it Brendan Gormley or... Oh, no. Is that Gormley who I'm thinking about that becomes like a 90? Is that him? I think it might be, so that's a pretty good trade for the Calgary Flames, I would say. I missed a trade there at the end, but oh well. We might as well check the stats once more, or we could just wait till the... Well, no, let's check the stats after just this one game here. I'm going to stop sim after this one. Alright. So, 37-21-5. Not a bad record. We are still up there. Ooh, Phoenix passed us by 1 point, but we have a game in hand. LA's at 40 wins. Alright, so fair enough. They're 7 points ahead of us with 1 game in hand, so really they're 5 points ahead. LA could be the team to beat this year, guys. And Phoenix, they seem like a powerhouse. Washington, who we beat in the Stanley Cup Finals last year, they are still there, but they're in the East, so we don't need to worry about them early on. Seems like all these Western teams have climbed up, kind of taken their spot of the Eastern teams. So we lead in goals for. We're the only team to hit 200 so far, so that is really good, especially for the playoffs. We're maintaining consistent goals for. Goals against, 2 goals off of first place. Not bad at all. LA is first there, and they don't seem to score as many goals as we do, so that could be an advantage for us when we go into the playoffs and if we face them, right? That's a really big thing, too. So, power play percentage, we're second. We dropped a little bit, probably because Sprong's not scoring as much. No big deal, though. I'm sure he'll get right back at it, Power play percentage, or penalty kill percentage, we've climbed a little bit. We're up to 80%, but this is one of the worst penalty killing years I think I've had with the Minnesota Wild, so I don't know what's wrong with that. Hopefully that's not something bad in the playoffs, but, you never know, right? Should we bring Miller up? I'm thinking if the stats look well, or if the stats look well for Miller, should we bring him up, move Edom down? But Edom's got that defensive category as a sniper that no one really wants to see, right? So we got Christo, my boy here, 61 points. Landeskog with 60. Huberdeau 58. Granlund 52. Fowler 47 already. Wow. Sprong 47. He's kind of slowed down. Got 28 goals, though. Miller 40 points. That's a good year for him. I don't think he'll hit... What was his milestone year? Yeah, 60 points. I don't think he'll hit that, but he should get to 50. Pretty good year for him. Edom. Oh, fuck. Edom, man. Come on. Could have done better than that. Damn it. Maybe I should have gone for the other guys, like you said, but I should have listened to you guys a lot more. But in the end, it doesn't matter. Still got a pretty good player there. He's just not performing our team. 32, 18, 1 and 3 for Carey Price. 921 save percentage. 8 shutouts. He's definitely a stud goalie there. So he should be good. Let's see if any of these progress reports have changed. I doubt it. These are all from, years ago. Years and years ago, these fucking prospect things. Ay. Anyway. Is there anything we can change? No. There's nothing I need to look at, right? I'm thinking. We should be good. Let's finish off the season here. Look at the stats, do a wrap-up and everything. I've got a few games left. Oh yeah, was I going to move Miller up? That was it. Stop the sim. Should I do it? Should Miller move up? Well, Ferraro is actually a centerman. He just has some of like the worst fucking face-offs on the face of the earth as a centerman. How do you only have like 62 face-off as a centerman? Like, that's bullshit. I bet you Lowry probably has better. Like, what the fuck? Even Lowry has better. 64. I mean, Spotka's got a good face-off, but he's our fourth line guy. We don't want to move him, right? So we can go like this. Because Ferraro and Lowry both have 5-star defensive categories, so it should be okay to move him down there. There we go. Miller's got the better face-off out of him and Huberdeau. Huberdeau's face-off fucking blows. It's only a 67 for some reason. He's like, why do these centermen have such bad face-offs? So Miller will go at center. Huberdeau on the left now. I know we're kind of interrupting his pace there, but now with the two-way forward, hopefully that can improve a little bit there. So we kind of have more balanced scoring, I would say, if Edom can actually get some points. He's producing like a third liner, man, so he's got to go down there. I know he doesn't have power play time, but it doesn't matter. Second line minutes, you should be able to get 50 points, 60 points, right? 30 goals, especially since you're a sniper. So I think Lowry is... Yup, Lowry is a left winger. And Edom is a right winger, so we should be good here. Ferraro's taking his center position for the first time, where he's actually supposed to be. I feel like I should keep Huberdeau at center, though, just because that's where he is, and he's the playmaker that can feed both these guys, right? So even though the face-off thing, you guys can tell me about that for the... well, it depends if I record the playoffs next. Maybe. I think we're just going to leave it for the rest of the season here, see how we do, and then maybe I'll change it back, all right? So... Huberdeau will stay at his center position. Maybe for the playoffs, I'll just switch it around for the face-offs. I don't think that really matters that much, really, for simulation purposes. But I don't think really EA takes the face-offs into account that much. Maybe. I don't know. But Miller's going to move up. Ferraro's going to move over here. Edom's going to move down. And yeah, that should be good. Everything should be A-okay now. Miller is good here. Alright, perfect. Well, I do have Miller at center on the power play instead of Huberdeau, and Huberdeau is one of the top scorers, so I mean, I guess it wouldn't really matter if we changed him. Let's change him. Screw it, might as well. Huberdeau's on the wing, and he's got a lot of points anyway on the power play, so might as well just switch him over there, right? I'm loyal to Miller. Very loyal. So let's see how the rest of the season goes, changing the lines here. We'll just sim like 5 games, just to see how everything goes there. If it goes really terribly, then we'll just switch him back, right? It's no big deal. I mean, Miller is depth scoring right there on that third line, right? But Edom's not getting it done that second line, so we've got a couple losses here and a win, so that might not be good. But we are beating the teams we're supposed to beat. Now, I'd like Sprong to get like 32 goals, so that'd be nice. Can you please do that? The LA Kings, the #1 team in the league. Wow. And we get a big win over them, 4-1. That's good. Maybe we can catch up to them. Maybe the Presidents is still in sight. Is it possible to get the Presidents? Can we do it? We are getting a bunch of losses here, even though they're in overtime. So, yeah, let's just go. Let's go these 3 more games, and then maybe I'll switch it back. I'm just kind of trying to figure out some line combinations for the playoffs. Because Edom has not been getting it done at all. So Sprong has passed my expectation of 32 goals. He's got 35. He's still got some games, so that's nice. Price, can you get to 40 wins there, buddy? Yeah. The LA Kings, they're not far ahead of us. They are not far at all. Especially with a big win right there. That's good. But, wow, a really big loss right there to a team that we shouldn't lose to. Do I feel like changing the lines? I kind of need a little bit more. I need to play a few more games to see. We'll play these last 3, and then I'll officially make my decision if I should just put Miller in that third line, move Edom back up, right? Because Sprong has really good defense as well, right? And Huberdeau, his is pretty good, so should be fine, right? But we have to see here how these next few games go. Clearly, they have not gone as planned. We're kind of even. We got an even record here, so I'm just gonna switch it back. Why not? Miller's doing fine where he is. I just kind of want to experiment that. Probably doesn't help that Edom's on his off wing, even though he's left-handed, playing on the right side. That's where he likes to be. So we'll just switch it back for the depth purposes there. That should be fine. Sprong and Huberto. Maybe Edom's weighing him down. I don't know. Yeah. Okay. Penalty killing's all good, I guess. Yeah, those are the lines they were before, right? Alright. So I was probably right when I said this would be about 40 minutes. It's pretty accurate. Play Chicago a lot in these final few weeks. Can we get to 50 wins, though? That's the goal now. 50 wins. 50 wins. I don't think we're going to miss the playoffs. I don't think we will. But it's looking like we kind of had a down year. But maybe that's not that bad of a thing. Because whenever I've had a really good year and won the Stanley Cup, and I have a really good year the next year, I always end up not repeating. Especially when I get like 55 wins one year and then 57 the next year, I never repeat if the 55 win season was the Stanley Cup. So maybe if we're kind of like a little bit lower, that normally helps me, because whenever that's happened to me, especially in older GM modes that I haven't recorded, I normally do win the Stanley Cup back-to-back. It's just weird. Like, normally when I have a worse season after I win, I can win it again. But when I have a better season, I just can't. So, we'll see how that goes. I mean, we're not going to hit 50 wins. Wow. That's probably the first time in a while. But, we got 47 there. So, with that said, our final record, 47, 26, and 9. Not bad. I'm going to see who that first round opponent is. I would say LA got to 50 wins, and I would say they came in first place. Our first round opponent is the Edmonton Oilers, 43, 34, and 5. We've played them before. We've barely beat them before, and we've also crushed them, so that'll be interesting. Looks like they just made the playoffs, right? One of those type of teams. But anyway, the LA Kings actually fell down a little bit. They were tied with us here. But the Washington Capitals, the team we versed in Stanley Cup Finals last year, were 1 point ahead of us, and Phoenix was 1 point ahead of us. So the top 5, Florida's up there as well. Top 5 teams in the league are only 1 point away from each other. So I would say your Stanley Cup contenders in the West, LA, Phoenix, Minnesota. In the East, Washington, Florida. And I guess you could throw Toronto and Columbus in there. Maybe Buffalo. They're your contenders in the Eastern Conference. They're your expected guys to go far. So, yeah. Nashville really had a down year, if you can see here. Normally we had interesting battles against them, but hopefully that won't happen, because they have a really good defensive core. So, I think that's the first time in a while, in a few years, we haven't hit 50 wins, right? Yeah, we normally have a winning tradition of 50 wins at least. See 1 cup, third, 1 cup, third, 1 cup. We don't want this to be third, right? We want this to be cup. So we can have 4 cups in the 8 years we've done Minnesota here. So 47 wins. We had 57 last year. We had a lot more points, believe it or not. Wow. We had 14 more regular season points. We let in 1 less goal and scored 16 less. So it's not really that good, really, when you think about it. We could have done a little bit better in the goals for. Last year was our best year and we won the cup, but like I said, when you kind of have a down year, hopefully it helps you win the cup a little bit more. I know it's just like a superstitious thing. I guess my years don't really speak for them. Well, this year doesn't really, but it's this year. Those are kind of similar years. But this one right here, it's like a good year, and then we get better and we lose. Good year, we get worse. Hopefully we can win. It's just something I experienced in my own GM modes, where if I had a worse year after I win the cup, I tend to win more than when I had a better year. But anyway, 47 wins. That's our lowest total. That is our lowest total in wins since year 2. So that's actually quite a downspin. That's our lowest point total since year 2 as well. Wow. Huh. Anyway, It's mainly because of those overtime losses or the regulation losses didn't turn into wins, and the overtime losses or the regulation losses didn't turn into overtime losses, stuff like that, right? So we got Edmonton in the first round. It's going a little over 40 minutes, no big deal. Take a look at all these stats for the entire year. Show you guys the playoff tree, and then we will be done, and I'll be back to do the playoffs. I gotta upload this right away, so then you guys have something. This hasn't been done in 5 days, Minnesota. I'm sorry for that, by the way. Anyway, let's take a look and see our total stats leaders. All right, so Huberdeau, 78 points. Pretty good year for him, almost point per game. Christo, 75. I do think that is quite a bit of a drop from 49 goals. He seems to he gets 52 goals, drops, 49 goals, drops. He's kind of a up and down player, right? But hopefully we can still win the cup, right? Because 52 goals was a cup win. That was a third round, and the next one was a cup win, and hopefully this is a cup win as well. So Landeskog, 70 points in that first line. That's fine for him. Granlund, 68. He was 85 last year. It's a pretty big downswing. Whatever, right? Huberdeau led our team in points on that second line and on power play, right? Sprong, 40 goals. That's a big year for him, I would say. Really good year for him. Cam Fowler on the point, 18 goals, 62 points. What a beauty. That's an amazing year for a defenseman. That's probably one of the best years I've ever had for a defenseman, points-wise, especially goals. Miller, 54 points. Pretty good year for him. He had 60 last year. He's going to be my power play specialist. Chip Chira, he dropped 10 points. No big deal. He's still a good offensive defenseman. He would get a jump anyway. Pietrangelo, 43 points, Pretty much your typical year for him. Only 30 points for Edom. Only 14 goals. Not what I was expecting. I know you guys are probably going to rub that in my face about that trade that I made, but, it is what it is. I still think we got a good team heading into the playoffs. Everything should be fine. No minus players. Face-offs won. Or face-offs taken. Let me just see something here. Face-off percentage. Yeah, Huberdeau's face-off percentage sucks. Granlund's is pretty good. Miller's is pretty good too. I guess. It's almost 50%. I don't know why Sprong was taking face-offs, but his face-offs are fucking good. He's got a 91 face-off. If it comes down to it, I'm going to put him taking the face-offs in the playoffs. 60%, that's pretty insane. Goaltending-wise, we'll look at them, and then we'll show you guys the playoff tree. Brisebois, he won't be playing anymore in this GM mode anyway, so it doesn't even matter. He might be the reason for some of these losses here, even though he got a few wins, right? Price, 41, 23, and 2. 41, 23, 2, and 5. Only a 918 save percentage. Wow. That's quite a drop, but he had more shutouts, right? 2.3 goals against. It's that poise we're looking for in him, though. That 85 poise. He did play more games, keep in mind. He's got that 85 poise. He's rocking that. That's what we're expecting in the playoffs. He should be a big-time performer for us, I would say. So that's good. There's your stats wrap-up. Should I do... You know what? Let's do full regular season point totals, since I know the GM wrap-up episode, I'll feature all of the, the awards for this final year, and just talk about all the years in general. But I'm not going to do the stats again. I'll probably just flash them on screen, but we'll go over it right now. Might as well. So this will probably be 47 minutes, I would say, because we got to take a look at the playoff tree as well. Alright, so most goals, 46 by Jaskin. Stamkos up there, Ovechkin's up there, Sprong is up there, that's good. Anyone else on our team? Not really. Well, Christo's up there, that's good. Most assists by a player. Nicholas Backstrom, 76, so most points by a player. Nicholas Backstrom, 101. Stamkos, 96, Kucherov, 93, Drouin, 92. I don't think they even made the playoffs. Tampa Bay even make the playoffs? I didn't even check. Ovechkin and Backstrom, they're going to be a force in the Eastern Conference. So we'll see how that goes. See if we can get a Stanley Cup Finals rematch, right? McDavid's up there. That's pretty good. All right. Christo's up there. What's his name should be there then? Huberdeau. Yeah. We had a lot of top players last year. This year, didn't really come through like that. There's Granlund, right? We had a lot of a lot of our players were in the top 10 scoring, right? We had like 3. So, whatever, right? Defenseman for points wise, Cam Fowler, he should win the Norris Trophy this year, I would say. Goals by a defenseman, Cam Fowler. All right. Assists by a defenseman, Ryan McDonough. Goaltending wise, whoops. Wait, what's his name? Josh Harding got a friggin' starting position? That's weird. It's really strange. Anyway, most wins in the league was Carey Price. Second was Wheeler. He's an 89 overall goalie. His poise is really bad, but, they still made it to Stanley Cup Finals last year, so you can't count them out. Ward's up there. Quick's up there, of course. For the LA Kings, they were a top team this year. Florida's up there. Phoenix up there, top team this year. Buffalo's top team this year. Toronto's top. A lot of top teams, right? I never show you guys goals against or save percentage because it's always a backup that has the best because they don't play that much, right? Shoutouts Carey Price with 11 though. Lehner and Kozhanov, the guy you want me to trade for, you guys did. He was drafted first. And Dansk all with 8. And Markov Ward, Quick Simpson, they're up there too. Alright, so take a look at the playoff tree. I was right when I said this would be about 47 minutes. A little over my 40-minute prediction, but whatever. Alright, so time to wrap it up here. Playoffs, I was right. Tampa Bay didn't make the playoffs, and they had 3 of the top scorers. That's weird. So Phoenix, San Jose, LA, Vancouver, Minnesota, Edmonton, St. Louis, Nashville, Florida, New York Rangers, Toronto, Buffalo, Washington, Pittsburgh. Ooh, that's a good series. Hopefully Pittsburgh can upset Washington there in the East. They seem like the powerhouse there. And Columbus and Carolina. So that is the end of the regular season episode special for the final year of Minnesota. Thank you guys for watching. Drop a like if you enjoyed. Comment telling me how excited you are for NHL 15. And I will see you guys when I do the playoffs. I don't think we're going to change the line, so don't comment about that. I'm going with my gut feeling for this last year. So, bye-bye.